The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is the fear of the unknown. What a classic quote there. Golly, look at this. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a game called Beacon's End. Somebody seems to have tipped a gong down a set of stairs, judging by that sound effect. Right! It's, let's see what we have here. This reminds me of, I was going to say this reminds me of Nobody Lives Under the Lighthouse, apart from the fact I don't think in that game the Lightkeeper had a cocoon of a corpse in his cupboard. Hello, friend. Oh! Why can I take... I don't want to take this with me. I severely regret all my decisions. I had a horrific thought then involving this thing and that. I don't want anything to do with that. I guess I'm going for a walk with my new best friend. Yes, I am. Get rid of your wife, oh bloody hell. Oh sheesh, my giddy up. I also find it curious that the edge of the wife's model is actually stepping outside the 3x4 frame. Alright, strange, here's my allotment with all my onions. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to bother asking any questions, because I'm sure I won't get any good answers. Oh dear. Maybe she died of completely natural causes and always wanted to be buried at sea. I'm sure that's what happened. I don't want to know how to achieve this objective. Oh! By standing here, presumably. I'm pressing all the buttons, but nothing seems to... Oh, there we are. Presumably that's the start of the game, not the end of it. Okay. Oh, golly. Right, well at least we can see some more of the screen now, isn't that tremendous? Okay! Well... bachelor life, here I come! Time for some wild parties and plenty of booze. Light of the lighthouse. Ah, no, back to the drudgery of the old 9 to 5. What do we have here? A big lump of coal. Which I'm sure is all I'm going to be getting in my Christmas stocking after being put on the naughty list for murdering the old ball and chain. Alright? Fair enough. Pretty strange game. I like strange games for the most part. They amuse me no end. My goodness, this is very Nobody Lives in the Lighthouse. Actually, I like this a lot. I like lighthouse games for the most part. I think I'd quite like to live on a little island with a lighthouse, although I'm sure no one actually uses lighthouses anymore. I'm sure they all just use GPS. There we are. I've put the coal in the oven so I can have some lovely tea. I appreciate your vigilance, but this really isn't the time. Get lost! Yes, indeed. Do lighthouses get struck by lightning? I imagine that presumably they do, as they're surely the tallest structure within quite some distance. Alright, well that's that done. I don't have any greater objectives. I suppose I should head back downstairs. And, it does strike me where's the bloomin' door gone? I remember. Oh, there it is. Did I walk past that? Did I actually manage to walk past that? I actually thought the door had vanished. It hadn't. It's just such a short-sighted old badger. I didn't realise. Oh my giddy aunt, I must get my prescription checked. Right, okay. I do find myself wondering, if I was once part of a married couple, why did I have such a narrow bed? But never mind. Maybe we went for some sort of sleeping one on top of another, instead of sleeping next to each other. But I don't know. Maybe we took shifts. You know, she had the day shift, I had the night shift. Can I go back inside where it's quiet? Day 1. Okay. Presumably I've been to bed and I've sorted all of that out, and And now it's time to move on with my life. Alright. Light the lighthouse. Ah. Surely this should be night 1, then. Surely I wouldn't light the lighthouse in the day. That seems a little superfluous. But, what do I know? I'm not a lighthouseologist. I'm just a man that stores his coal in very strange places. Yes, indeed. Strangely pixelated, isn't it? Like it's made out of a load of those micro Lego bits. I like the thunder and the lightning and the rain. Seems a little curious there'd be thunder and lightning when the rain is this light, and there in fact seems to be very, very minimal wind. Typically, at least in my experience anyway, thunder and lightning only seem to appear when the wind and the rain are quite vehemently besieging the land, shall we describe it as such? Indeed. I was going to say, if I'm so concerned about people not dying at sea, maybe I shouldn't have murdered my wife and chucked her in the sea, but then again, I've actually got no proof whatsoever that she did get murdered. Maybe she just died of old age, and I'm just carrying on my my life alone and being miserably lonely, and really I'm tarring this lighthouse keeper with a brush he doesn't deserve. I don't actually seem to be able to go back inside, so presumably there's something else that needs a doing. I don't know what this is about, but I'm glad there's no oh golly, the old one will come in 5 days. A very dirty joke that they're not going to make. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Lovecraft was a fan of describing ancient powerful forces and calling them things like the Old One, as best I can recall. I did read most of Lovecraft's works at some point, as much as they're not very easy to read. I did enjoy them. He had a strange ability to... Well, a lot of people have the ability to use many words whilst saying almost nothing. He had a very impressive way of using many words and communicating a very interesting image whilst not leaving you with a great deal of understanding, which I think is quite unique. I've yet to encounter another writer which can do that successfully, as much as many try. So, 4 days to go. Indeed. Oh, blimey.
Cold is the longer enough. It needs flesh.
Oh, darn it, if only I hadn't thrown that corpse over the edge. Oh, gosh, find something to feed it. Oh, so lighting the lighthouse has absolutely nothing to do with keeping sailors safe, and has everything to do with appeasing some sort of horrific deity. Oh, alright. Please, 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 for the love of Cthulhu, tell me I'm not going to get a fishing rod and fish out my bin-bagged entombed deer and feed that to that. Please tell me that's not what is going to happen. I don't think I can quite cope with that. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Also, what is up with this bloody storm? It's been knocking around for almost 3 days. Seems to be a very plump rat. Yep. Well, that's perfectly reasonable. Right. I see Bib is just hunting for sport at this point, rather than for sustenance. Okay. You know, if there was a big scary monster, and I don't claim to have a lot of experience when it comes to feeding big scary monsters, but if there happened to be a big scary monster that designed to murder me, if I didn't feed it, I might feed it something a little bit more delectable than a dead rat. You know. I don't claim to be Gordon Ramsay, but I might try, I don't know, maybe a beef Wellington or something. Maybe something with a tad more class and a tad fewer fleas. Dear, oh god, there's a bizarre hole in the steps there. Right, let's carry on. I'm sure everything's fine. It's my job just to contain this beast and make sure it doesn't escape. I get the very distinct impression that my job is solely to keep the rest of the world safe. Right, oh, I was going to say nothing has changed here. No, I've got another cupboard! Oh good. Now that I don't have to buy my wife birthday and anniversary presents, I can actually afford to buy a bit of frickin' furniture. Oh good. Oh good. I'm so grateful. And it's still day 3. It's curious. Alright, what would you like this time? Some oysters, some caviar?
Something alive. Something alive. Something alive.
What food is served living? I was going to say lobster. No, they just cook that alive. They don't eat it alive. Is there anything that we eat which is alive? Not off the top of my head. Please don't eat living things off the top of my head. That would be frightfully unhygienic and quite disgusting. Oh, blimey. Please, it stopped wriggling. What the hell was that? I saw some big shadow disappear behind the lighthouse. I was slightly too busy worrying about this fish to notice it. However, my goodness, you need a better hobby than scrolling on the walls in red crayon, my friend. Oh my goodness, this is very, very disturbing. I don't like this. It's doing a better job of emulating Lovecraft's work than many other properties that claim to do the same thing. So I like that. I'm not wholly pleased that this is my responsibility, but I'm sure if I got in my little boat and rowed out of here, I wouldn't do any better. I'm also slightly confused why on the inside there just seems to be the one door, but then from the outside it looks like there's 2 little doors that open in the middle. I'm a bit confusulated by that, but we shan't worry about it. I'm sure everything's absolutely fine. There's this strange light over here which keeps flickering is nothing to worry about. Is that a 2? Or is that a 7? Is that a sickle? I don't know. Getting a bit sick playing this game though. I feel a bit frightened. Oh, sheesh. I didn't. Hang on a minute. That's not a wardrobe. That's a clock, isn't it? Yes, that's clearly the clock, which, if I remember correctly, used to be over there. Oh dear! Some wardrobe bandits have pilfered my latest possession. How frightfully uncouth of them. Why do I get the distinct impression I'm the next thing on the menu? Find more flesh. I don't like the sound of that. Gonna have to do some intensive fishing practices. Is that a seagull? That's a seagull. It looks like it's been shot, which is a bit worrying. Okay. Sorry. I can't help looking at it. I feel like it's sort of frustrating itself against fate. So, here we go. I feel deeply I don't feel compelled to keep going. I just feel frightened of what may happen if I dare stop. As much as I think this is only going to get worse and worse and worse. There's not going to be any life left in this land by the time this guy's done with his dinner. Oh my word. This is very, very, very disturbing. Okay, look on the bright side. I think there's only one more day to get through, so the end is nigh. Maybe I should hurry end up by just grabbing one of these boards and smashing my skull open. That might hasten the process somewhat. Oh, blimey. Oh, blimey. I have a bad feeling about this. My furniture moved again. A little bit, yes. Okay, never mind. I still got my disco ball. So that's tremendous. Ah. Good. See, I finally got round to painting the wall. The old ball and chain would be proud if she wasn't fish food. Oh, it's already on? Curious. That seagull must have been fatter than I thought. I haven't had any commands about dinner yet. That's lovely. I don't remember this tree being there before. Shit. There's no food here, is there? There's no fish, there's no birds, there's no rats, there's not a single... Good afternoon. Excuse me, I might just leave if that's alright with you. There's the door, thank you very much. Goodbye, sir. Right, my word. I seem to have been attacked by a leviathan. If you'll excuse me, I am overdue for a dinner date. My kitty aunt. I get the very distinct impression that I'm on the menu.
Yourself.
Yep, saw this coming a mile away. You do realise that if you eat me, there'll be nobody left to bring you food. Why are there eyes here? I don't like that. And a big axe. Oh no. Am I doing this so I'll fit in the cooker? Oh! Not all of me. Just a bit of me. Alright. Okay. My goodness. Good sir. You keep yourself marvellously manicured. I can't tell if that's worse than what I envisioned. Although I suppose, how would I put myself in there and then set that going? Oh my word. Okay. I'm gonna hop on out of here if you don't mind. Oh my word, this is one of the weirdest games I've played in a long time. Wow, man alive. I'm glad I downloaded this random thing. What is that? What is that? I don't know. Some sort of big cruise ship passing by just decided to arrest me, and quite rightly frickin' so. Oh my goodness. Maybe I should just go back to bed and catch a few winks, but no. I think oh yes, I'm clearly supposed to go this way. Oh dear. Let's say I don't rub salt on an open wound. I think an open wound the size of my thigh and more salt than in the sea is going to be really rather painful. But here we are. Oh blimey. Oh dear. Guess the people in the cruise have finished developing their Polaroids and don't need their red lights anymore. I get the distinct impression I'm about to be eaten by a sea monster. Oh, hang on, what's that? Okay, I'm not really sure what that was. I don't really have another 20 minutes to go through the game in order to see if I can get a better view of that. I feel like that might have glitched a little bit, and maybe the model didn't load it properly, but I wish much must do it. It's also strange that it starts off in this sort of letterbox aspect ratio, and then it switches to a 4:3. I find that quite curious. My giddy aunt. I think that was, yes, I think I can quite assuredly say that that was one of the best Lovecraftian games I've ever played, in that the mystery, the intrigue, the otherworldliness, the smallness that it made me feel compared to this great ancient power that seemed to exist, all very evocative of Lovecraft, quite impressively pulled off, much more so, as I said, than most other people do. So that was really rather impressive and rather enjoyable. I'm sorry I didn't get to show you properly what was there at the end, so I apologise for screwing that up a bit. I'm not entirely sure what I did wrong. Maybe I didn't turn around fast enough, maybe I spent too long staring at the lights, I don't know. But maybe that tree was always there and I just managed to meander past about 6 times without realising. That was good. I enjoyed that. That was very strange, but very, very enjoyable. This developer has a lot of potential and a lot of skill and imagination, so yes, definitely one to keep an eye on. I rather hope you enjoyed that on some sort of twisted level. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.